Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So, I really love to travel. I think it's wonderful to go to new places and see things that are really different. And the times that I have been able to go and travel, it's kind of brought a question up in my mind. And the question is, how long do you have to be away, somewhere different, before you come back and you're an alien in your own culture? And I want to share my story with you. So my first international travel was very exciting, the summer after my 8th grade year, and I had been studying French for a whole 2 years when my family took a trip to Quebec City. That's right, I was going to use all of my comment ça va bien, and just order every single meal in French, and it was going to be amazing. I had a wonderful time. I read every single push and pull door handle, every sign I could find. I loved it. So after 3 days, it's time to go home. We travel back to the States, and we are in Vermont in a very nice little restaurant when the waitress comes up to us and she says, "Hi, what can I get for you?" And I'm just totally shocked because I was prepared and I had my "Je voudrais un croissant." I was so ready with how I was going to talk to her in French, and I had totally embedded myself in the French language for those 3 days. Well, the next time I travel internationally is now sophomore year in college, and I'm doing a study abroad, 1 month in Ireland with a little weekend trip to Italy. And the university, they did a fantastic job. They really prepared us very, very well. They gave us a pamphlet, and I read it, and it talked about the emotional highs and lows that you could expect when traveling, and how hard it can be to be an American abroad. Mostly talk quieter, just don't be so loud. And it talked about culture shock, and it also introduced a new concept for me, which was reverse culture shock. How things can be weird to come back into the United States. So I read it, and I studied it very carefully, and because I was constantly surrounded by a group of 24 American education majors and 2 professors, I didn't have to deal with too much culture shock. There was that weird thing where they put corn inside of tuna fish sandwiches and butter the bread on everything. But it wasn't too bad. It was a little rough when we went to Italy and I got cruised by gypsies, but what are you gonna do? My next international experience was junior year of college, and I was going to Japan. And I was going to Japan purely for social reasons. I was going to visit my boyfriend who was doing a study abroad there. And this one was totally different because I didn't speak the language and I didn't really know very much what I was getting into. Now I had a handful of set phrases and I had his phone number memorized, so I figured I would be okay. And this was so different because in all my other experiences, I had had an American cocoon. First my family, then those college students. And here, my boyfriend had made so many Japanese friends at the university he was at. I was spending so much of my time with Japanese people. And that led to a very, very different experience. And I picked up all kinds of little interesting things that were very fun, like I learned how to take my shoes off and on very, very quickly. Well, almost. I learned how to tuck my skirt underneath, my hands underneath my skirt as I walked up stairways in the subway. I learned how to use the original squatty potty. I learned so many little things. I studied up on the fashions beforehand, and I had read how it was very unfashionable to have, the skin on your upper body showing, so I layered t-shirts under my tank tops, and I used a little sun parasol. My umbrella's a sun parasol, and just made sure I didn't wear anything that showed a lot of cleavage, because it wasn't what was done. So I had a fantastic time. The 2 weeks were up, and it really surprised me. The things that you are going to end up missing, the things that are going to just shock you, you'll never see them coming. There'll be things you didn't even think you cared about. So here I am. I'm in Hawaii on a layover back from Japan, and here they come. As soon as they enter my field of vision, I'm floored. I'm stuck there. I am just agape. I am like a tourist staring as she comes in her floppy sun hat and her floral tank top. And for someone who has just spent 2 weeks in a culture of very small-breasted women, here is well-fed, free-range, American-grown, grade A, and slightly sunburned from her vacation, a woman with just this, to my mind, enormous pair of breasts. And I don't know what to do. So, how long does it take you to become an alien in your own culture? Well, for me, it just took 2 weeks before I forgot what a pair of American breasts looks like. Thank you.